Welcome to another episode of Dad Can We Talk. I am your host, Anthony Ray, and this is a bonus episode of the podcast. And today, I got here with me, my babies, and we've been going in for the last couple of weeks, and I decided I wanted to bring them on the podcast because we got a lot of stuff we need to talk about. And we're going to keep it real. I know they got some stuff they need to get off their chest. I got some stuff I need to get off my chest with them. So that's what we're going to do today, man. So before we get started, I need for y'all to do what you know you need to do. Go to whatever platform that you listen to the podcast on and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can like the Facebook page. You can go and follow us on Instagram. If you listen to the audio version of the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, go and subscribe to us there. And if you want to listen to any other episode of the podcast, go to www.dadcanwetalk.com and you can find every episode there. You can find the YouTube videos there. If you want to donate to the podcast and help me, because I need a lot of help with the stuff that I be trying to do. Got some equipment that I want to purchase. If you want to help donate there, you can go to the website. There's a donate tab on there, and you can find out more about the podcast there also. And there's a place where you can ask questions and leave a review. Do all of that, man. If that's what you want to do, I need as much feedback as I can get. And all of that stuff helps, especially when you leave reviews, because that helps the podcast algorithms. That will help us to be recognized when they start to see people leaving reviews and stuff. All that stuff helps, man. So if you really want to support the podcast and help me out, do that, man. Go and subscribe and leave a review and just help your boy out, man. So now that we got that out the way, I want to introduce to y'all my babies. So first off, we got over here. Talk to the camera, please.
Uriah Ray.
Okay, Uriah Ray. And who else we got here?
Azriel Ray.
Azriel Ray. And who else do we have here?
Eliana Ray.
Eliana Ray. Okay. So, my first question for you, let me see how I'm gonna do this with y'all. Let me see. I think I want to start with Uriah. That's how we gonna start. Actually, you know, I'm gonna start from the top to the bottom. So first, I want to talk with Azriel, and I want to ask you a simple question. How you been? Talk to me.
Good.
That's it?
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing else?
No.
That's it?
Yeah.
So you just good.
And I'm stressed because I had to take care of my siblings every day.
You stressed because you got to take care of your siblings every day. Oh, that's it. So first, let's start with school. How's school?
It's normal. And it's harder than last year since I'm in 4th grade now.
What's some of the stuff you've been learning this year?
Well, basically kind of the same stuff like science, reading, and writing. But then multiplication is harder because I have to add up fact families and even division problems.
And y'all had a new school this year. How's your transition been? How's everything been at your new school?
A little bit good because I still kind of am getting used to my new friends and I kind of miss my old ones.
Okay, understandable. Okay, so Uriah, how's school going for you, sir?
Good.
That's it, just good?
I have to do a lot of writing and use pencils a lot. And do a lot of science at the end of the day. And on Wednesdays, you have to do recess after lunch, and then go to specials last.
Oh. And you liking your new school? From what I heard from your teachers, you're doing pretty good. How's it been being a coach at your school, and how you help all the other kids in your class?
Kind of annoying.
It's kind of annoying. Why? Because you don't like helping people?
No. Because it's hard.
Because it's hard. What's hard about
It's easy.
it? It's hard to deal with other people because sometimes they don't listen. We're going to get back to that. We're going to get back to that right there. Because you said that it's hard because the people don't listen. We're going to get back to that one. We're going to get back. We'll be back. We're going to revisit that conversation. All right. So how about you, Miss Eliana Ray? How's school for you?
Good.
That's it?
Exactly. And I have made a lot of new friends.
You made a lot of new friends? You like your new school?
Yeah.
Your teacher told me that you're doing good too. What's your favorite thing in your class? Get up and talk.
Teachers reading books to me.
Oh. I see you've been learning how to read a little bit.
And
A little bit?
and I know how to spell them. So I'm a little bit.
Talk right.
And I know how to spell look and Look.
Oh, you know how to spell look. Okay. I like it. All right. I want to revisit something Uriah said because that's interesting. So for y'all that don't know, for what we're talking about, Uriah is one of the teacher's helpers in his classroom, where he's in charge at times of helping people with mouth problems and helping with reading. So he's known as one of the coaches in the classroom. And so he said that it's annoying to him sometimes because some of the students don't listen. So I want to go back there because sometimes I feel like that too at home.
But there's more coaches.
I just want to be real. If we're going to be real, sometimes I feel like that at home. Sometimes I get annoyed when I'm at home because I tell y'all stuff over and over again. And y'all don't do it. And then y'all be asking me, why I'm being mean sometimes. And I want to ask y'all this question. Why is it so difficult at times for y'all? Or is it difficult? Is it because it's the stuff that I ask y'all to do is it hard?
No, that's...
Or is it just because y'all just don't be wanting to do it sometimes?
No, that's because you never listen to us.
What?
No, it's easy, but it's a little bit harder for me because I have younger siblings that it's kind of like I'm the coach of the siblings. I have literally 2 siblings that never listen to me. I try my best to make them not get in trouble because every single time they get in trouble, I get in trouble. I always have to be with it. But I know it's not me all the time. Even when the times I try to tell them, do not make that, do not break that, do not mess with that, it's like, no, you're not the adult.
So you saying that we need to set up a new system where you have a little more, what am I looking for? So you need a little more authority over them because they don't respect things that you say, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because when y'all come home from school, and then when I get off work, I come home, y'all know I be mad all the time because a lot of times there be stuff all over the floor and on the table.
I know, because when we're home, I guess I never looked at the camera because every time, like Ryan and I always have their backpack on the floor. I say, put your backpack in the room, do this.
Sit off.
It's time to keep playing, let's not listening to ad 3.
So let me ask you, Nana. Why when you come home from school and Ashley asks you not to do something, why don't you follow directions?
I do. I do, Ashley.
You only follow directions if it's something that you like. Like if I want to play gymnastics with you and then I say to do something, then you want to do it. But then when
You always use on a computer, so you always annoy me.
it's not annoying.
Okay. What about you, Uriah?
I'm listening to that's just lying.
Hey, I'm not lying.
Oh, she ain't lying. Because when I come home, I do see a lot of your stuff. A lot of times it be Uriah and Nana stuff on the floor.
I never have my stuff on the floor.
What in the world? If you do,
You have the most
why you always doing this?
on your
Sit
face.
up right, man. Sit right.
You have the most stuff on your face when you first come home. Just tears.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up a system somehow, some way, where, don't touch those, where y'all going to have to start following more directions, because I'm going to have to put someone in charge. Because if I'm not home and I'm coming home from work and y'all just got out of school, I need for someone to be in charge. And it would be only right if Azri is in charge, because I know what that's like. Y'all aren't alone, because I grew up just like y'all. And I was a middle child. I had a big brother and I had a little brother. And for me, Uncle Ron was always in charge.
You had a little brother because you was little.
Shit. But I know what it's like. And at times, honestly, I didn't want to listen to Uncle Ron at times. Because I used to feel like Uncle Ron was mean. And I used to feel like Uncle Ron didn't like me. And me and Uncle Ron used to get in a lot of arguments and a lot of fights when I was younger because of that type of stuff. So I know what it's like. I know what it's like to have a little brother and a little sister, a little brother and a big brother. And
You don't even know what it's like to have a little sister?
I have a little sister too. Auntie Courtney is my little sister.
But you didn't used to live with her.
But that's
I
the
do
thing.
know.
Siblings are always thinking that you're the mean one. I'm not mean. I try my best. I always just wanted a time where my siblings really respect me and really think I'm the nice one, but they always think I'm trying to be mean. I try my best to fight through almost everything just for them, and it's just like they just don't do it, and it's just like they don't respect me.
Well, I give
You
you.
are mean at home.
But I don't mean to. That's only if I get annoyed. I try my best. I should have never even been here if I didn't fight for you guys.
Ari,
fight
that's why
for
you
you guys.
always. That's because you always be mean to us.
I don't be mean. I try. The
You
only time
don't know what drugs.
I'm only mean. I'm only mean if I get annoyed and I'm sad. But I'm always nice. But sometimes I'm trying my best to be nice. But it's just I can't help it because my siblings don't respect for me.
Well, I'll give you this encouragement. Yeah, I told you how I used to hate Uncle Ron, big time. But now that I gotten older, y'all see how my relationship is with Uncle Ron now. That's my boy, and I love Uncle Ron, and I love my big brother, and I listen to my big brother. And it took for me to get older, for me to really see that Uncle Ron really wasn't mean when I was younger. Uncle Ron had a lot of stuff he had going on too. He had a lot of pressure on him, and he had a lot of responsibility on him. And at times, Uncle Ron didn't want to be didn't feel like dealing with me at times. But as I got older, I learned to respect my brother, and I love my brother, and I love being around him. And you see now, we always hang out together. So
Daddy,
maybe it'll get better as y'all get older.
Daddy,
What?
why you call him kid? I'm not a kid.
That's his nickname. His nickname is Kid Ray. You got something to say, Ryan?
No.
Oh, I thought you was raising your hand.
I'm hungry.
Girl,
I'm hungry.
we talking right now. But so yeah, that's something that I think that everyone could work on as far as y'all three working together. Because honestly, when daddy get off work, daddy don't be trying to just be mean. Now, in the same way what you just said, Azra, you always say, daddy, you always being so mean. But when I come home from work, it's not that I'm trying to be mean. At times I'm annoyed and I'm tired. Like I'm like really, really, really tired a lot of times when I get home. Y'all gotta remember, daddy get up 4 o'clock in the morning every day. So when I get up, you know, and I go to work and I come home, I'm tired. At times I've dealt with a lot of people at work. And when I come home, I just want the house to look the way that I want it to look, or I know it's supposed to look. And if I don't see that, you know, some days I come home, I don't say anything. Some days I'm just like, whatever. But there are days when I come home, I'm a little more upset than other days. So how do y'all think I could work on that? What do y'all think I could do better at coming home?
Daddy, then why you talk? Then why you always tired? Then why you always being mean to us?
Because I be tired.
But when
Now at times I will say this. I could do better with I don't have to be rude or I don't have to say mean things. I think at times when I do come home from work and I'm tired, I do say mean things sometimes. And I don't have to do that. I don't have to say mean things. I could just give you guys directions. But at times, and I can say that, I can own up to that and say at times I do say really mean things that I shouldn't say because I'm just tired and I'm not thinking like I should. Nana, you have something to say? You got raising your hand?
Yeah.
What?
Why you always being mean to me? Sometimes you make me sad.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
But that's usually why when you're always saying, why do you always have something to say? That's probably because I'm always tired because when you get home, I try my best to get everything clean. But my siblings, since they don't really respect me as much, it's always messy. And then when you get home and start yelling, it makes me the most mad is because I'm always the one that's trying my best to keep it clean. But then I have to go through more tiringness. That's usually why I'm always so stressed and sad and mad sometimes.
Okay. You know? And it's good for you to say that because I think we all got work we could do. I got work that I could do as a dad. I could do better. I think there's some things that y'all could do better. Uriah, sit back and stop playing. But I just think we all got things that we can work on and be better at. So on my end, I'm going to say that I am going to try to do better. I'm going to try to do much better than what I've been doing. Because I do know that at times I'm just really upset when I come home. And I try not to. Now, I can tell y'all this. At times, you're right, get from in front of you. Get from like that. But I always tell myself when I get home from work, I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be all these things. And then when I come home, I fail that time. I fail big time. And y'all know that. And that's why a lot of times I come back to y'all and I apologize because I know that my actions, they are not a good example for y'all because I honestly just be tired and I'm gonna work on that. Can y'all say that you're gonna work on your things that you need to do? No. Hmm?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's usually why I'm always so tired in the morning because usually I don't get much sleep because I try my best to write all morning and say in my head what I'm not going to do and try my best and try my hardest to remember what I'm supposed to do tomorrow. That's usually why I'm always so tired in the morning. That's why I always try to tell you guys that, but like you guys never have time for me. And I always try to tell y'all that's why I'm always so tired in the morning. I have a lot of things on my back. It's just like I can't sleep. It just makes my mind race all night and I can't really ever get much sleep. So if I try to sleep, my dreams are gonna come from my mind and it's gonna start turning into a disaster and it's not gonna be a dream anymore.
Okay. Well, we're gonna work on that too. We're gonna work on that. You got something you need to say, sir? What you gotta say?
I'm trying to go to sleep. I can't.
Talk right.
I'm trying to go to sleep. I can never sleep because it's just always because my dreams are always. My mind is always thinking about my bad things.
We definitely need to talk about you not sleeping. Because you ain't been sleeping since you was a baby. And you always up in the middle of the night playing with the Xbox or in my room looking for phones and going through my dressers and all that stuff. Don't you know how dangerous that is, boy?
It's not dangerous to me. It's dangerous to you.
No, that's dangerous to everyone. You should not be up in the middle of the night going through your parents' stuff. And that's something that we're gonna come back to that conversation too, sir. So we lost one of our participants. Eliana has dropped out of the conversation, but we still here. We still doing this. But Uriah, I need to ask you, why is it that you always, when you get upset and you get mad and stuff, and you start going into this rage and you try to throw stuff and all this and scream? You do. You go in your room and you say, "Oh, Daddy, I don't like Daddy." You do that all the time. Oh, I say, "I hate Daddy. I don't want to be a part of this family anymore."
That's right.
Because no, and you say, I don't like Nana. I don't like Mommy, and I don't like Asri.
That's why Nana's like saying.
No,
So you really don't want to be a part of our family anymore? Because you said it the other day. You said, "I don't want to be a part of this family anymore."
Nana said that.
No, you said that.
You said it the other day.
Yeah, yes, you did.
You said, "I don't want to be a part of this family."
I never said.
No, I never remember that day saying, "Okay, so go out the house and go pack your stuff and leave." I literally
said
definitely said that.
Well, I remember that day you said, "I'm packing my stuff and I'm leaving." So because that's why I saw all your backpacks in that winter thing instead of that bag.
So you really don't want to be a part of our family no more, or you just be mad?
I'm mad at you.
Okay. You don't think that ever hurt my feelings? You don't think that ever hurt my feelings when you say that you don't want to be a part of the family anymore, and you say you hate Daddy and all this? You think that ever hurt my feelings?
I don't know because you're always getting in the fight.
Talk right.
I don't know because you're always getting in the fight.
I don't make no fights. I be telling the truth, sir. And y'all make it into a fight. Y'all make it into a fight when I tell y'all the truth about things, and then y'all want to turn it into a fight. Now, no, you know what? I'm going to say this. Now, there is a Bible scripture that tells fathers to not provoke your sons to anger. I think I do that sometimes. And God really deal with me a lot on that about not provoking my son. I think I do. I get mad at you and I provoke you to get real angry like that sometimes. And I apologize because I do that sometimes. And I know I do that. And I apologize for the times when, I get mad. And I want for you to be as mad as I am. And I keep saying stuff. And Mommy tells me that sometimes too. She tells me that I need to stop doing stuff like that. And I just want to apologize to you, my boy. You accept my apology? All right, thank you.
Well, that's why sometimes when I expect to get mad and I say I don't like you anymore, that's why I always usually apologize, but I don't, the only thing I don't like about it, every single time I apologize, it's literally like you don't ever forgive it. And I really wish you could forgive me, because the reason when I forgive is because I really believe that, because every time I do that, I always think about it, and I always think about how much you did for me, and I shouldn't have been here today. And I'm always saying I don't like my family. That's why I always forgive and always apologize, because none of my people in my family should have never seen them again. Because my family all helped me get through all the bad times. And that's why I usually always apologize, because I usually just think about how hard it is. I always imagine how hard it is if I was an adult and I had kids that never listened to me. And that's why I always usually apologize, because it's always making me feel bad more than it makes you feel bad.
Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't say that. I don't think I don't forgive you. I think at times I'll tell you that sometimes when you're doing something and I get on to you about it, I think at times you don't think that you're wrong at times. And I tell you that. I'll always say, I feel like you don't accept the fact that you're wrong at times. And that does get me upset sometimes. It gets me really upset when I feel like you can't acknowledge the fact that, you know what, I'm wrong in this. And then you'll go to your room. I tell you to go to your room. And then you'll try to turn it back on me and say, oh, Daddy, you just being mean to me and you don't like me. And I'm like, that's not what that is. That's me saying that you were wrong and you just want to acknowledge that. And if you would just acknowledge that, we could get over that. And you will come out of your room and you will just keep looking at me. And I'm just like, I ain't got nothing else to say. So it don't be that I don't forgive you. I just feel like you don't, at times, sometimes you don't do it. Because sometimes you do. Sometimes you do come back and you say, Daddy, I'm sorry, I'm sorry for that. And I think you probably my only child that does do that. That will come back and you say you sorry, and me and you, we make up and we kiss and we make up and we go on about our business. But I think we both got a lot of work in that area. I think we just I just be needing for you to understand the things that I be trying to tell you. Because I think at times when I'm trying to tell you something, you don't want to hear it. You don't try to hear me out and understand what it is that I'm trying to tell you. And you just keep talking. And I'm trying to tell you something. And I feel like instead of listening, you just continue to talk. And I be needing for you to listen sometimes more than talking.
Well, I do know one thing that I work on. That's usually why I don't really put those notes in, that I don't feel loved, because it doesn't make sense. Because usually it's always me after I make those notes. I usually always crumple them up because it doesn't make sense. Because I always say that usually when I feel, the only reason why I feel sad is because I was sad. That's because I was rude. So I always feel it in my heart that you might feel sad, but I always think that you are always mad because you think that you're doing it, but it's not. Usually I think I keep being sad because it's you, but I found out that I'm always sad because of what I'm doing and how it's making you feel. And when I usually do things to you, it makes my heart not feel well, and it's like my heart's telling me to stop that. And that's why usually why I get how you're always saying that, like, you are always, I'm like always, like when it says I don't feel love, that basically means that you're the one that's saying I'm not sorry and I'm saying I'm sorry. Because in this actually is making, even when you are sorry, that doesn't make sense. Those notes are just rude because I do know you're sorry in my heart, and I can feel in my heart always trying to tell me that he's sorry and you should not say that because it's not nice for others. And that's why I always think after I make notes, and I always think in my heart. So that's why I made a lot of notes now of trying to be a better daughter or sister. And I have a lot of notes trying to be better in what I am. When I make mistakes, I always think about it and I write that note that I should work better on and find more ways to make that note better.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good stuff. And you gotta think it's really good to write things down because Daddy does the same thing. I might not write my stuff down, but at times when I'm at work, especially times when I fuss at y'all and I feel like I was wrong, and I think about how y'all might have felt and how I make y'all feel when I say mean things. And I reflect on it all day. And I tell myself that, when I get home, I'm going to make it right and make sure that, I let y'all know that I'm sorry and that I love y'all. And, I think we're all human. That's what all this comes down to. Just like I'm human as an adult, y'all are human as kids. And just like I make mistakes as an adult, y'all make mistakes as kids. And just as I can be forgiven for my mistakes as an adult, y'all should be able to be forgiven for y'all mistakes as kids. And we got to continue to work with each other. And like I always tell y'all, I'm not exempt. I'm not just because I'm a dad and because I'm an adult. That don't mean I know everything. That doesn't mean that I make all the right decisions. And that's why when I do things, I always come back to y'all and I always tell y'all that I'm sorry and I try to make it right because Daddy's trying to learn too. I'm learning as a dad. I'm just learning as a man, period. I'm trying to do my best every day. And I know at times y'all are trying to do y'all best every day and y'all are having problems and it's hard for y'all. Because I remember being a kid, and my mom being upset with me and stuff. I do remember that, and how hard it used to be just to, I had my own things going on. So I love y'all, man. I love my little boos. And I'm going to continue to try to do better and get my stuff right. And I just pray that y'all do the same thing and we'll continue to grow and we're all going to get better. And that's what we're going to do, because I don't think we have to continue going over the same things that we go through all the time. Me getting on y'all about certain things. I know at some point y'all are gonna get better at doing things. And y'all do get better. Y'all have done a lot better on certain things. But y'all still got a lot of areas that y'all could do better. Just like me. And we just gotta continue to work together as a family and continue to do that.
But usually I don't really make notes. Usually since I'm good at going through rhythm, I usually just make songs. Like I usually always do when I'm sad. It always makes me happier and it makes me think about it more. Like usually when I get sad, I start to sing and then it starts to make sense and I find out what I done wrong and what they did wrong. And then usually I make it up, and it's even at the rock last year, it actually helped me improve a lot because our friends, we usually get in fights a lot, but then we all used to always think about it, and then we also used to put our songs together. We used to find out what we all done wrong, and then we would always make up. And it's kind of like what I do with my siblings every day. And I always think about how would life be without my siblings when I'm mad at them. I always think that I hate my siblings. Siblings are the worst, but then I always think about how my life would be if I never had siblings, and how my life used to be so bad back then. And I used to always wish I had siblings. I used to just sit in my room alone. I tried my best to, all my friends used to have siblings, and I used to always be jealous and mad every day, and I always wanted siblings. But now today I think it's annoying, but still I find out how back then I always wanted siblings, and that's usually how I always make up with them. And if I never had a mom and dad, it wouldn't be as fun. Because if I never had a mom and dad, I would just be walking alone, homeless. I could have starved, and having to just to walk around with no mom and dad. Like, I know how back then, mommy, definitely, it was hard for her back then. She didn't really have her mom or dad with her back then. She usually had to be with others. And you never really had your dad. You had to grow up with your mom back then. Barely even had your mom. You just had to try your best staying with your siblings. And today, all the kids here are always so blessed. But back then, I always think about how it was when people didn't really have their mom and dads. It was hard to find money, but today, it's just a lot of kids blessed and good, because back then it wasn't as easy. Even way before we even had houses, how it could be been the kids. There's so much adults dying back then during the war. All the kids who lost their parents tried their best to find food before they starved. And it's just, I always think about how it would be, and it's not always easy. And I try to deal with how hard life is sometimes. And I always think that and even I have to be good with myself too, because I always sometimes think I'm a stupid, weird person, but I'm actually, and it's always that's how it's making me even mad sometimes. I think that I'm the weird one, and I always think that I'm stupid, and then I always let out all my mad anger on others instead of on myself.
And those are things that you got to continue to work through, because like when you think just on that last part of things that you're talking about, as you get older, you have to, I think it's a good practice to have a good way to self-talk, and you're telling yourself that you're not stupid, and you're telling yourself that you are smart and that you are beautiful. And you got to tell yourself all of these things, because if not, it can be hard to deal with inner thoughts. That's how that is. I always say I'm my own biggest enemy. I always tell myself, that I'm not this, and I can't do this, and I can't do that. And I look at myself and I down myself at times. And that it's hard for me to move forward at times and do different things, because I look at myself in a way to where, I tell myself all these bad things about myself. So you got to start really thinking to yourself about, the good things about yourself. Think about how smart you are, and, all of the good things that you know about yourself, and not allow the enemy to make you feel like you're anything less than that. I'm going to definitely get better, because I think I contribute to a lot of that with the name calling at times. And that's something that mommy's told me before. And I know I got to get better at that because I know that that can affect y'all and everything that y'all think about yourselves. And even though I don't mean that stuff at times, I know the effects that it can have. So that's something that I'm definitely gonna try to get better at.
Well, there's another thing about school. I think it's good because it's actually a little bit, I like how I'm actually at a new school for then it's going to help me improve. Because usually, like I told you a few days ago, there's a lot of people always talking about me, whispering. I don't know what they're saying, but I just know they're looking at me. They're just saying things about me. But that every day, I'm just like, don't worry about those people. Just focus on what you're trying to do. Don't worry about those people. Don't let them get you down. So that could help me for as I get older, and that's gonna happen even more. That I'm gonna already be used to it. I don't have to worry about those people talking about me. I just worry about what I'm doing and look in front of ahead of me. I'm not gonna look behind, not looking what those people are doing. They can do that, but then they're gonna be embarrassed because they're talking about someone that's not even worrying about them. That's gonna embarrass themselves. They think that they're gonna let me get me down. They're gonna make me cry, but all they're gonna do is embarrass themselves because they're just talking about someone who's not even talking to them, not worrying about them, and it's gonna embarrass themselves. I'm not gonna worry about what they're doing to me. I'm not letting them bring me down. I'm gonna focus on myself and not let those mean words make me think that I'm weird. I'm just gonna let those words be another thing away and do what I think I am. Do what I think. If someone says I'm bad at something, that's their opinion. They usually, and I found out something. When people say that I'm bad at something, usually when they find out that they're bad and I'm actually the good one. People always say that I'm bad at gymnastics when they're doing it, but they never see me do it. So then I show them, and then what are they gonna say to me? Then they're gonna be then I'm gonna say, what about you do it? Then they're always scared because they're the same what I can't do, but they can't do it. They think that they can bring me down, but I'm not gonna let their rude words bring me down. I'm just gonna do what I think I want to do. It's not, they don't control my life. They don't do anything to my life.
And that's how it has to be because people do get jealous. And when people are jealous, they say mean things. They want to make you feel bad about yourself. And you can't let people get you down like that. You know, I always tell you all the time, you know, there's people that say things about me and feel certain ways about me. And I could not care less because at the end of the day, I got to be me. And y'all know, Daddy, I'm going to always do me. You know, everywhere I go, I'm going to be the same person. And, you know, I know that there's a lot of pressure on y'all being kids. And I just want y'all to be confident in who y'all are. Knowing that, you know, it don't matter about what other people say. You know, just continue to be a good example. And you're going to have people that's going to love you. You're going to have people that's going to hate you. That's just the reality of life. And that's how everything goes. But I think that's about the conversation that we need. Uriah, don't touch the curtains, please. But I think that's about it. Uriah, you got anything else you want to say?
I had something.
Talk right.
I had something to say, but I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay.
But what I was going to say is that when those haters think, when I got sad the first day of school and I found out these people were talking about me, I started to get sad, so I sung this song that I still have in my head, and I called it "Haters Will Hate Anyway." So then it's like, I don't care what haters say, I'm gonna do me anyway. They will mess with me, because if they do, that's gonna be their sadness. If they mess with me, then you mess with everyone else. When I have lovers, they will hate even more, that I don't care. Anyway, I'm gonna do what I wanna do.
Like that. Yeah. And that's what we gonna do. We are not going to allow other people and their thoughts and opinions on us to affect us. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to continue to live our lives to be the best version of ourselves every day. Every day it's a battle, it's a struggle to do what's right and to continue to push forward, but we can do it. And that's why we have each other. That's why we have mommy, we have daddy, we got y'all. We need y'all just as much as y'all need us. And y'all are the things that keep me going. Y'all are the people that, I look up to, to find my inspiration, because at times, honestly, daddy goes through a lot on a everyday basis. I got a lot of stuff that's up against me. But every time I think about y'all, it makes me want to keep going harder. It makes me want to keep going. And I don't care about what no one else says, as long as I know my kids love me. And my kids are going to be home when I get home. And y'all are going to hug me and kiss me. And we going to live together. I ain't got nothing else to worry about. So I thank y'all for always loving me. Even though Uriah, can you please stop touching the curtain, please? I'm just thankful for y'all always being there for me and loving me. Even though daddy make a lot of mistakes, y'all always love me at the end of the day. And I thank y'all for that. All right. So what I want from y'all going forward is continue to communicate with me. Let's keep our communication here. We got to continue to talk with each other. If y'all feel like, there's things that I could work on, tell me that. And I need the free reign to be able to do the same thing. If I see things that y'all need to work on, I need to be able to tell y'all, and I need for y'all to be able to hear me out. And we're going to continue to work together because we're a team. Shout out to the Randalls. But I always love the thing that I see on the Randalls' wall at their house, where it says, if one of us loses, we all lose. If one of us wins, we all win. And mommy always say they got that from her, so shout out to mommy too. But if one of us lose, we all lose. So if I see y'all losing, I got to correct the things that I see, because if I allow one of y'all to lose, then that's going to make all of us lose. And if one of us wins, if Uriah wins, then we all win.
Like it's how back then in Adam and Eve, they did something wrong, so that's how after one person did something wrong, the whole world went wrong.
Exactly. If we're a team, if that one person makes a mistake, that mistake can affect not just him. If Uriah makes a mistake and Uriah does something wrong, it doesn't affect just Uriah. His mistake will affect everyone in our family. So in the same way, everything that I do is going to affect y'all. If I do good in my life and, I end up making a lot of money for myself, you know what? Y'all are going to reap the benefits of me making a whole bunch of money, because now your daddy has a lot of money, and that means that y'all will be able to eat off of that. If my car breaks down, my car ain't just going to affect me because it's my car. It's going to affect y'all, and it's going to affect mommy, and it's going to, everything affects everyone.
But this is a real word thing. A lot of people kind of notice, but the time when I drank the hand sanitizer, that didn't just affect me. I was sad, and I was scared, and I was guilty and ashamed of what I'd done. But that didn't only affect me, but that affected the whole family, and the whole family was going through a bad time. The family was scared. It wasn't just me who was scared, but also we were not only just scared, we were all with hope. We all helped each other. And that didn't just affect me, it affected the whole family, and I always think of that time. Like if I start to get mad, then that's gonna make everyone else mad. And if I start to get angry at myself, it's gonna not only affect myself, it's gonna affect Uriah and Nana. Cause I'm usually when I get mad at myself, I start to think that I am stupid and ugly. And I always think that they are saying this stuff, but it's always just me. So since I think it's them, I put all the anger out on them. And I just want to just say sorry to them, and I want to just forgive them for everything that they've done for me. Because I always think that my siblings don't care for me, but then I have to just have a small time to think about it, and I have to think about, especially Nana. I always think that she's the weird and ugly and rude sibling, but she's always just probably saying that thing because I'm showing a bad example to her. And it's not only affecting me, but it's affecting her, so then it's making her mad at me. And then I always think that it's her being mean, but it's me being mean. I was mean to her. And I know Nana, she would always see, I know me and Raya always call her crybaby, but sometimes I think about that. And all the things she does for me, just like yesterday, I got mad at her because she got me in trouble, but I found out that I was the one being rude. If I just could have gave her a computer, I wouldn't be in trouble, but I didn't do it. So then we all got in trouble. So then now I was thinking about that yesterday. Because Nana, I would get beaten so mad at Nana. And then I said that she got me in trouble, but she really didn't. So the thing for me is that I just have to, if I get mad, I have to take a moment and think about it for a while. And it's going to come back and I'm going to know what I done. And that's why I like having a lot of friends. And when you have a lot of friends, it can help you improve with your family, your friends, and your life. If a friend goes away, a heart from your heart is going to be broken. But it's not going to only affect your heart, it's going to affect your friend's heart. And how, if someone got mad, like kind of with the flu. If someone gets it, and then they go to the other person, they're going to get it. And then the other person, they're going to get it. It just keeps going on. That's how the flu came. One person got it at first, more people kept getting it, and more people, and then now it's just a likely life sickness called the flu.
And so that's why we gotta continue to have that mindset to know that everything that we do affects the next person. And yeah, we're gonna get mad sometimes, but we gotta always remember, remember those times, like what you're talking about. But I think of another time where when Mommy and Uriah and Nana had to go to Chicago for that 4 months. That's something that always, times when I might get mad at Mommy. And I think about when I was separated from Mommy for those 4 months and how sad I was and how much that affected me and how much I missed her. And I'm just like, yeah, I got to get this thing right. I got to make sure it's right because I know I would be sad if I lose Mommy. And times when I get mad with Uriah and get mad with Nana, and I think, I remember missing Uriah and Nana so much while they were gone. And that keeps me from thinking, because at times I do get upset. And y'all know I say, man, sometimes I wish I ain't have kids. And, and I say that stuff, but I don't mean that. Because if I didn't have my kids right now, if something happened to y'all, I would be miserable and wouldn't be able to live with myself, and I think about times like that, or when you did drink the hand sanitizer last year, and I thought about how sad I was for you. And I'm just like, I wouldn't be able to live with myself knowing something happened to Mommy or knowing something happened to y'all. You know, so you just gotta always remember that stuff. And know that yeah, we have these emotions at times and we get upset with each other, but we gotta remember that that's just a feeling in that moment. We don't mean that stuff, and we gotta keep ourselves from thinking like that and saying those things because we know we don't mean it.
At that time when I drank hand sanitizer, sometimes when I get very, very mad at Mama and Ryan, I always say, yes, I wish I died. I wish I'd never been with y'all. But then I think about that time. We actually got in
Stop messing
we
up your shirt.
actually, the funny thing about that is when we were at that gym, we got in a fight, and I kept saying, I wish I died, I wish I died. And it looked like God really listened to that. And he literally said, how are you going to feel for that? I remember that time I was fighting with Ryan, right before that, like right on that day, like a few hours earlier, I kept saying, I wish I died, I wish I died. A little bit later, I see myself in the ambulance throwing up all over the floor, just woke up from passing out, and I was just really miserable, and I sat in the hospital, and I'm just like, at that time I was just thinking about that as soon as I woke up, and I'm just like, who am I? Where am I? I didn't really know anything at that time. But then I found out, since I have a really good memory, I found out that time, I just remembered that when I said that thing, and I was like, prayers really do come true.
And that's why we got to be careful about the things that we say because our words hold power. The Bible tells us that life and death is in the power of the tongue. We got to be careful with things that we say because we can say things and not truly mean it. But when we allow it to come out of our mouth, it can have effects on everything and everyone around us. And you're right. I wanted to ask you about Nana, because you and Nana always get into so many fights and you act like you really just don't like your sister. But I don't think you really feel like that because there's times when, I remember times where Nana would be walking slow in the store or something like that, or acting like she's not gonna walk, and we keep walking, and you always, Nana, come on, Daddy, we don't gonna leave, Nana, and you like you're so worried about her, but on other days you act like you just don't care about her at all. Why you act like that with your sister?
She makes me mad.
Talk the right way.
She makes me mad.
She makes you mad. Well, why she make you so mad? Because sometimes that's one of the things that I really don't understand sometimes. I'm just always think, why does, Uriah and Nana always fight so much? And at times, I feel like Nana really tries really hard to be nice to you. And she told me before too, she said that she really loves you so much, but you hate her. Nana told me that before.
No, I do. No, I actually kind of know why they get in fights a lot. So, it's kind of like when Nana and Raya were separated. It's kind of, Nana started, well, I don't know. It's just, they're just mad, but I do know Nana told me that. I said, why do you guys get in fights a lot? And she said that I'm only going to tell you this because she never really wanted to tell anyone else. And she said that it's probably because I really love Raya and I try my best every day. And I know she does. Sometimes I hear her crying, trying her best. And I know she loves Raya. I know she really loves him because she kind of grew up with Raya. Like when she woke up as a baby, that's kind of who she was usually with the most. And she grew up with Raya and they're kind of like twins. And I know Nana loves Raya and I know Raya loves Nana. They're actually kind of grew up with each other more than they grew up with me.
Mm-hmm.
And And the day when they went to Chicago, I thought about what they would be thinking about right now. And that day I was literally kind of jealous when they actually got born, when Riley got born. Like, what if I'm not loved as much as I was? And I kind of got jealous that day. But then when I had to leave, I felt so sad because I missed their first birthday. I missed Nana's birthday. And I just did not want to leave. And I always thought that my family didn't love me. I'm always saying every day, I hate my family, I hate my family. I try my best not to say that because I always think about that time when I went to the hospital. It really worked. How I really said that. My prayer it worked. Even when I came out, I prayed my best. Please, please, I literally just want one more chance. I want to make up with my family. I want to stay with them. And Dad wouldn't got accept too. And that day, I really thought that prayers couldn't come. When I was in the hospital, I just felt very down and I didn't feel like nothing was going to work. I just lost a lot of hope. I was just like, this is about to be my last breath, but I made it out. And I always think about, even when I was at Grandma's eyebrow house, I was not even that far away. I really thought that it was going to be fun. I would be separated from them a little bit. I was actually thinking about getting separated from Mariah and Nana for a little bit. I was going to be happy. But I was actually not really happy. I was crying for a very long time. And I couldn't stop crying. Like, I didn't even get much sleep. That's why by the time I came back, my birthday, I was literally almost asleep the whole day. I couldn't barely even wake up because I was just crying basically a whole month. I was at Grandma's house. I was just sitting there crying. I could not stop crying. I tried my best. I would try to wipe off my tears, but then the tears would just keep coming right down, wipe, gum, down, wipe, down, wipe, down. But it didn't work.
Any last things for real this time?
Yeah.
What's your last thoughts?
So, first, shout out to
Right, sit the right way, please.
Riley Randall, my first friend and best friend. I really actually couldn't really have got through my siblings and family if I never had her. Riley, she
Feet off the couch.
always been like, when I didn't have any siblings, she was always been like my stepsister for me. And she's really helped me improve my siblings, helped me, and she's kind of like my step-sibling. I wish she was, because she's just a really good friend for me. And it's kind of like we were kind of born together, and she's just very good for me. She's helped me improve and right things of what I should do, helped me with tips I should work on, and my main goals I should do with my family. Like, my main goal, being a good daughter, is to try to think of life in their shoes as they were a child before you talk. So sometimes I say mean things, and then I know that would hurt your feelings. If when you were a child, if I was an adult, and then you guys said something mean to me, I wouldn't feel as nice. And sometimes I would say things that I bet wouldn't make you guys feel as good as an adult and make you feel weird, and then make you guys think around that you're bad dad, and it's not always true. So that's my main goal, to just be better and to be a good sister. My main goal is to just try my best, be a good sibling, make sure that I really don't say rude things, and I try to say nice things that would make them feel good. And if I was the youngest or had an older sibling, I try to help them and not say rude things, because I know how it feels when you get rude things said to you. Like, sometimes when Nana and Ryan say mean things to me, I say it to myself, then it starts to spread on them. So that's why I'm going to try to say nice things to them. I don't want it to spread to them. I want them to know that they are good siblings, they are good people, they're sweet. I don't want them to think of ugly, rude. I want them to think of themselves as good and sweet and amazing in God's image.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Good stuff. You're right. What's your last thought, sir? Talk right.
I didn't have anything.
You ain't got nothing else to say? All right. Well, my last thoughts are these. I will continue to try to be the best dad that I can be. And I know that as a dad that I am y'all's example. I must be a good example for Uriah on what it is to be a man. You got something? What?
And you can be a better father, like Coach Jones made a shirt that said,
Oh yeah, be a better father. Yes. Shout out to Coach Jones. Shout out to Coach Ryan Jones at The Rock. And be a better father. That's a thing that I'm trying to do every day. You're right. Good. That's some good stuff. But yeah, every day I'm trying to be a better father. And I know that I must show Uriah the way. And I want to leave a legacy for my kids. And I want to love on my daughters and let y'all know what it's supposed to look like for a man, how a man should treat a woman. I'm trying to be a better husband every day. You know, got so much work I can do as a husband. I haven't been the best husband to mommy. And just trying to be better in that area also. So every day, you know, I'm just focused on being better and doing better, learning more, being a better servant in my community, and just being an example for my kids and the next generation. So I thank y'all for teaching me a lot about being a dad, because before I had children, I didn't know nothing about being a dad. I didn't have a lot of examples on what a dad was. And through having kids, y'all three, y'all have taught me a lot about myself. Y'all taught me a lot about patience and what it is to love unconditionally. And just learning every day. So I thank y'all for giving me the opportunity to be better every day. And I thank y'all for continuing to love me through all of my mistakes and my flaws. And I'll continue to do the same with y'all. So this is what we gonna do. We're gonna end this right here. So I just wanted to have this conversation with y'all. I think it's important for us to sit down and have these conversations like this. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna try to do this more often. You know, I think it's important for us to sit and have conversations like this as a family. So we're gonna try to make this a regular thing going forward. So for all my followers out there, all my listeners, man, I encourage every other dad out there, sit down with your kids and have talks with them. Get to know them, get to understand them. This ain't about anybody being right or anyone being wrong. That's not what these conversations should be about right and wrong. It's about getting an understanding and growing together. So I encourage every other dad, you ain't got to do it on camera like me and put it on a podcast. But if that's what you want to do, hit me up, get with me, and I'll set something up. We could do it on the podcast, you know, sit and have some father-daughter, father-son conversations, you know. I'll gladly do this with other kids and dads. I have done it already on the podcast about 2 or 3 times, but I love to do it more. So if y'all got some things you want to hash out with your kids, let's get it, man. Let's do this. But y'all continue to follow the podcast. Go and find this, like I said at the beginning of this, at www.dadcanwetalk.com. You can find all the episodes streaming there. You can donate to the podcast there. You can find the YouTube page there. You can find other information about the podcast there. You can contact me there. You can find all the links to the social media pages there. Everything is right there on the website. or you can simply go to Google and type in Dad, Can We Talk? And we'll come up within the first few entries. And you can find us all over, man. Every social media platform and every podcast platform, we're streaming there. So y'all continue to stay tuned to Dad, Can We Talk? This is a bonus episode from me and my babies, and we are up out of here. Peace.